Ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. Know that they ride or die. Know that they ride or die. I keep wave on my seat. Know that they ride or die. I keep wave on my seat. We hustle, but the night. Wave on my seat. Know that they ride or die.
Good evening, everybody. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamers and favorite YouTubers, favorite uncle. And welcome to this Saturday live stream. We're going to take another flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series X, and this is going to be a recreated flight of FlightChops, where they went from Erie, Ottawa International, which is on the southwest corner of Lake Erie, down to Dayton Wright Brothers Airport. And in the description below, you can actually check out the link to their actual flight. So don't have too many notams and notifications to tell you about here. So yeah, click that like button if you do, subscribe if you haven't, comment, share, come join me in chat in a future live stream. And with that, let's go ahead and game on. So here we are sitting in November 3-6 Uncle Mike and RV14 here, tail dragger, kind of close to the livery that FlightChops flew. So we've got some storms and some weather. That's also what they had. That's in the evening, so local time. So very interesting. It looks like there's an airplane over here in the picture. That's interesting. That looks like a crash. In the Bing's, I gotta look this up. In the Bing's photo, or the Bing photo for this, it looks like there's an airplane crash right here on the side. Unless that's some taxiway or something. I'll have to investigate that. But here we are, November 3-6, Uncle Mike, RV14 at Erie, Ottawa International, runway 9 here. So we're going to take off to the east, and then we're going to be making a right-hand turn and start heading south. So let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit. Here we are. You can see that we've got some scattered weather here, some lightning and all that, just like that they had, but we are ready to go here, November 3-6, Uncle Mike. And so let's just go ahead, and we've got our co-pilot here, just like in FlightChops here. Let's just go ahead and cycle the view. So we've got kind of IFR view, then out your wing, kind of out the quarter, and then kind of just a landing view, if you want to go ahead and call it that. So but if we come down here, I've already got everything bugged in. We've already talked to ATC, so we're basically ready to go here. We're going to climb out to 5,000. They should be talking to us here on the radio. So with that, let's get the show on the road here. So I'm going to make sure brakes are off. Power is coming in here. We are rock and roll. Power's coming in. And here we go, recreating a flight that FlightChops did here, the RV14. A little bit of back stick pressure here, and off we go. I haven't flown this airplane much, so yeah, let's just go ahead and make sure everything is kosher as we climb out here. Come off the power a little bit. Get into a nice cruise climb here. Probably need to go over to center. Yep, Cleveland Center. So let's go ahead and contact them, get our IFR.
Cleveland departure, Uncle Tree is passing 1,500 feet, climbing 5,000 feet.
Uncle Tree, Cleveland departure altimeter 29.35. Continue to Haas as planned.
All right, so we are continuing as planned. So we're just going to climb straight out here. We are IFR, so everything is looking good in the neighborhood so far. As we climb out, going to 5,000 feet, so you can see we're passing through 2,500, going to 5,000. We got Otto, our German autopilot here, our German co-pilot, our autopilot, helping us out here. So, and we're going to go ahead and switch over this to GPS. There we go. As we just climb out here. And we're going to go ahead and go on GPS mode, and we'll let Otto make the turn here for us as we are climbing up to 5,000 feet, making that right turn. Can't see Erie, Ottawa Airport out there in the rain. Like I said, they had weather in the real life flight. Again, you can go down the description below and check that out as we are making our turn. I'll go ahead and zoom out here so you can actually maybe see it a little better. There we go. There's the bigger view of our flight. Not a very long flight, a little over an hour here. We're going to shoot the RNAV runway 2 down at Dayton Wright Brothers Airport. So yeah, just a beautiful flight here so far. I like it. Let's take a look out your wing there. Everything is looking good. Once we get up to cruise altitude, we'll come back on the mixture and we'll go ahead and set the prop and all that kind of stuff. So if we take a look here, we could go ahead and add in throttle, or as we're climbing up, we're losing manifold pressure. There we go. Prop is a little bit fast. I'm going to go ahead and come back on the prop. Maybe do about, well, we'll go ahead and maybe do like 24 by 25. So there we go. And we're just about to get up here to cruise. So we'll let the plane accelerate, and then we'll start working, get set up here for the cruise. Got a nice ground speed here. We can actually turn on, I don't think there's much wind up here right now. We'll go ahead and turn that on. Yeah, no wind, it doesn't look like. Alright, gonna come back on the mixture here a little bit. Save some fuel. Watching those RPMs, we're starting to lose RPMs just a little bit. There we go. All right. And now we're set up for cruise. 24 by 25, down to 8 gallons per minute, doing 153 indicated, and that's 166 over the ground. So everything is looking good as we head out here, heading south. Like I said, we got some weather. Let's go ahead and come down in here. Wigwag is on, so that's good. We are up here at 5,000 feet. Not too much traffic out here. So everything's looking good with ATC. This is kind of fun, dodging the clouds here, just like. Well, if you watch the in real life video of FlightChops, you'll see that they actually diverted to Dayton. and because there was just literally a wall of water. And I think we've got weather. Let's see if we can bring up, let's see here, can we bring up weather somewhere? Do we have weather on this? Don't think we've got weather on this one. Not that I see. So, well, we're just kind of threading the needle here, just kind of by happenstance. That's good, as we are just going right through these clouds here. Like so, we do have some storms in the area, so there is some lightning every once in a while. So we're just gonna kind of play it by ear about what ATC gives us. Oh, there's some lightning right there. Everything's looking good. 5,000 feet. Go ahead, check the altimeter. Everything looking good. 150 knots indicated. We are cruising down here. Just a little bit to go. Coming up on a waypoint here. Went ahead and filed so that way we're actually, because I knew that the weather was going to be a little iffy, that we're going to be passing over some other airports just in case we need to actually divert in the sim, just like they had to do in their in real life flight. So but a pretty little model here with the RV-14. So what we got here? Just a little over 2.5 miles before we get to Akai. A little bit of a left turn. You can see we got S Sierra 24 right below us. So there's an airport right down here, like I said, in case we needed to divert in the game, or if something gave us a diversion here, ATC or something like that. That way we could go ahead and divert if we needed to. So just checking out the live stream. Is that good? Here's some weather now. Oh, so yeah, with some lightning. Taking a look, see if we can see that airport. Can't see it in cockpit view here. It is right off the nose though. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some eyeballs on it. A little bit of thunder there. Let's go ahead and zoom, come over here and let's zoom in though just a little bit. There we go. Now we can see even more information. Woo. Definitely some weather in the area, so this is a pretty good little recreation here of FlightChops flight in the RV-14. And there's the airport right there, so we know now it's off our right wing there. All right, looking good here. Looks a little ominous there to the left, but straight ahead, not too bad. It would be actually be a lot of fun. I like to play around with turbulence, but there's really no programming of turbulence here in Microsoft Flight Simulator as it stands right now. There's turbulence in the game, but you can't adjust it right now on the Xbox Series X, or I haven't been able to read or learn how to do it. So, all right, next waypoint is Anisi, right over there. You can see it on the map over there on the right, Anisi. That's a little over 3.5 minutes, just under 10 miles to go.
Uncle 333 contact Cleveland Center on 127.9er. Good day.
That's us.
Going to 1 127.9er, Uncle Tree Tree Tree.
All right, switch on over. Give him a call.
Cleveland Center, Uncle Tree Tree Tree, 5,000 feet.
So like,
Uncle Tree Tree Tree, Cleveland Center altimeter 29.35. Continue to an easy as planned.
so they're not using November 36 Uncle Mike because when you customize it, you can actually put in a flight name. And of course, I use Uncle and 333, so that's why they're saying Uncle 333. But it's a lot easier to distinguish then. It's not very busy though, but I mean sometimes ATC is really busy when you go into the large international airports. So, whoo, a little bit of lightning there. Everything is looking good in the neighborhood. Manifold pressure looking good. Everything is looking real good. So we just fly down here, Ohio. So actually what they were working themselves toward was down to Sporty's flight center, where there was a new controller that's being developed in the States for flight sims. And it looks pretty amazing because one of the things, they have interconnected triggers, because that's how it is in real life with the rudder pedals and stuff. And then they have little pull joysticks for like throttle and mixture. So it's really cool. Basically, it's a gaming controller for flight sim. So looking forward to that. It's the Yalman Aero. So, all right, got a little bit of weather here still all around. And we'll kind of do a view like something like that. We can come out here, we can range out right on that one so we can see, but we can see the wing and all that kind of stuff. I don't think we need to worry about icing. So outside air temperature is pretty low, 7 Celsius, but I don't think we have to worry too much about icing.
Cleveland Center, Airbus November 3558 Hotel is passing flight level 275.
Getting some heavies on the radio now.
Airbus November
Some Airbuses.
Hotel, Cleveland Center. Continue to NUSMM as planned.
Passing over. Oh,
Uncle 333 contact Cleveland Center on 135.1. Good day.
One tree 5.1 Uncle Tree Tree Tree. Cleveland Center, Uncle Tree Tree.
let's see if I can find.
Army 2855 contact Indianapolis Center on 128.075. Good day. Generic 88 Whiskey contact.
All right, so we're passing over the town. It looks like a Tiffin. This is Tiffin.
Uncle 333 Cleveland Center altimeter 29.35. Continue as planned.
All right, so continue as planned.
128.075.
Everything's looking good in the neighborhood. We're just passing over the Seneca County there. 16 Gulf. And now we're
Going to 128.
heading our leg down towards Springfield and Dayton. Just said, then we're gonna shoot the RNAV into Dayton Wright Brothers, which is actually, I think, in the town of Franklin, which is south of Dayton. I'm gonna be in Dayton, Ohio here in about a month and a half or so, because Aunt Cindy and I, we're going up to Oshkosh 2023 with stops in Dayton to go to the Air Force Museum and see some other sites on our way to Oshkosh Air Venture 2023. All right, so we're just over Tiffin here, heading down toward Springfield.
Cleveland Center Army Niner 2205,000 feet. Army Niner 2205,000
It's a neat little airplane.
Center altimeter 29.35.
All right, well, we got this weather here as we are flying south again down to Dayton, Wright Brothers Airport. Yeah, we got definitely got some weather here, which means we're gonna have a pretty lively little approach here. We're gonna do the RNAV. Woo! It's pretty light. Let's go and see. Let's see what we got here. We've got so about 16 minutes. We got about 44 miles before we get to our next waypoint, which is down here by Springfield, just to the northeast of Oshkosh, or northeast of Dayton. Everything's looking good. I can actually see the engine instruments there, so we're still at, excuse me, 24 inches of manifold pressure, 2,500 RPMs. So looking good. 5,000 feet. Just cruising along here in the weather. Matt, thumbs up because you are amazing. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the flight here as we are heading down from Erie, Ottawa International down to Dayton Wright Brothers Airport, a recreated flight that was just posted on YouTube by FlightChops. You can go down the description and check out the in real life flight. The link is in the description below by FlightChops. So they were actually heading to Sporties, but they had to divert to Dayton Wright Brothers Airport. So we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to fly down there. Weather is really iffy here. We're going to fly down there. Then we're going to do basically a 180 and do the RNAV runway 2, which was the same runway that they landed in the in real life flight. But yeah, we're heading down here to Claremont, or they were heading down to Claremont County, where Sporties flight school and all that is based at. And they were going down there to check out a new controller that is being developed here in America, specifically for flight simming. So looking forward to that if it comes to the Xbox. So because I am on the Xbox Series X here. This is what you're seeing right here. This is Game Pass on the Xbox Series X. So I programmed in the weather in game to make it kind of marginal, the weather. So we got some rain, we got some lightning, got some clouds building. So very similar kind of, I'll say, weather that they had. So all right, as you know, our flight plan is going to take us over other airports. So there's another airport right down here below us. Again, right below us, in case we actually had to divert or if we had any engine problems or anything like that. We're basically we're IFR, so it's not really Scud running. So I think that's probably Wyandotte County. Let's see what the identifier is over here. 56 Delta. Yep. So 56 Delta. Wyandotte County. That's the airport right here that we just passed over right there. Wyandotte County. Got some good fields now. Oh, look at the rainbow. That's cool. We got a lot of fields and all that because we don't have a lot of airports here for a little bit here. But we'll watch the map. Everything is looking good in the neighborhood. Let's just go and check, make sure. 24 inches of manifold, 2,500 RPMs, 150 knots, which comes to 165 knots over the ground. Everything is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and zero the heading bug to our heading, in case we need to go on heading bug and it doesn't throw us into a turn. But everything else is looking good as we just kind of do a scan over here. What's the temperature outside? It's not really dropping. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the pitot heat as we are going in and out of these clouds here. Flying the RV-14. That's what they flew in real life video. So theirs is much has a much cooler livery than this one, but so. All right, we are getting back into IMC, instrument meteorological conditions. So for that reason, let's go ahead and let's go into the cockpit here. That way we don't get any type of spatial disorientation. It looks like the bottoms of the clouds are, 2,500 feet or something like that. So we'll probably be able to cancel IFR on the approach. So we'll see. We'll see when we get down here toward Dayton Wright Brothers Airport. So, all right, out of that cloud and got a little bit of space here to look around. The flatness that is Ohio. And based on auto, we've got about 10 minutes here and a little under 30 miles to go to our next waypoint. Yeah, plane's really holding up nice. It's a nice flight model here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series X. This is now drone mode, which is really cool. You can control the aperture and depth of field and a bunch of other things here in drone mode. So that's a nice view right there as we're just flying along. Got some more rain and stuff up ahead. We're going to be in and out here of the rain. Looks like the whole way. You can definitely see with good VFR charts, you can definitely do an easy dead reckoning with all the roads, these ponds. So, all right, let's go back in the cockpit here. See what's still a little bit of lighting in there. Off to the right, everything is looking good in the neighborhood. 140 Hotel. So these are all private strips. See if we could take a look, see if we could find it, but we are going into some precipitation here. You got a new outfit today, and everybody is so unique. There's 8 billion of us in the world, and we're all so unique. So it's amazing, it's amazing how like a new outfit can be so unique to the person. All right, look at all the farmland and all that. We are busting out here. All right, a little 8 minutes, 22 miles to go for our next waypoint, which is Yegut. So we can come over here. There's Yegut. Here, I can kind of come over here and I can make this much farther zoomed out so you can get a better view. We can use this one for close up, and we'll use that one for farther out so you can get an idea of what our flight path is going to be here. Getting pretty busy on the old radio there. Well, cool. Yeah, Disney. Absolutely. Hey, if it makes you happy. Oh.
Uncle 333 contact Indianapolis Center on 128.075. Good day.
Going to 128.075, Uncle Tree Tree Tree.
All right. Switching on over.
Airbus 9er tree uniform descent and maintain flight level 270.
Call them up.
Indianapolis Center, Uncle Tree Tree Tree, 5,000 feet.
Uncle 333 Indianapolis Center altimeter 29.35. Continue as planned.
All right. Continue as planned. We got about 6 minutes.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 5 approach via Beetle transition cleared to Beetle Army 2855.
Let's see. I'm gonna bring up the flight plan over here. All right.
Airbus 62 Charlie descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Keep speed not above 280 knots.
He's looking good. Can't really see out right now. Got a little bit of precipitation again.
Maintain 17,000 feet. Keep speed not above 280 knots. Airbus 62 Charlie.
Back in the weather. Back in the soup as we go through this. And then we pop out.
Generic 19er Sierra.
Now it's
Cleveland Center
a little nicer.
Good day. Airbus 60 cutback. You are 400 feet above your
Oh, better get that.
descend and
Better get down.
240. Airbus 62 Charlie contact Cleveland Center on 135.1. Good day. Airbus 56 Sierra contact Cleveland Center on 128.625. Good day.
Got
Army 6010 contact Indianapolis Center.
some type of airstrip over here somewhere.
Good day.
Some private strip.
Going to 135.1 Airbus 62 Charlie.
There it is out over there. There it is right there just above the right wing tip. There it is. And we're coming up on here on our waypoint.
Generic 19er Sierra.
I think that's Elliot's landing. Elliot. Looking good in the neighborhood. What have we got over here? 717.
Generic 19er 8 descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Alright, we're getting close. Kilo Mike Golf Yankee right down here. That is where we're heading, so I'm going to go ahead and
Meet generic 19er 8.
zoom that one in just one notch.
Indianapolis Center Airbus November 1564 Juliet is at flight level 245.
Don't have very much to go. A little over 3 minutes and 9 miles to go for our next waypoint.
64 Juliet Indianapolis Center. Continue as planned.
Looking good in the neighborhood. RV14. Vans RV14. Alright, a little bit of weather here. We're going to go IMC for a bit. We are IFR, but this is definitely IMC. Instrument meteorological conditions right off the nose here. So, oh, we've got an airport coming up. What is that airport? Looks like 9 Oscar 15. Gotcha. All right, we're going into the weather here for a little bit. Don't get scared now. Back into the precipitation. But you can see it's pretty light. We can kind of see already through the precipitation. Now this is interesting right here. This airport we're coming over is a private airport. This is the Transportation Research Center of Ohio. And so you can actually, it's registered even on the VFR chart here that the straightaway, I think the straightaway right here on this side is a registered runway. So we can land there if we need it. But check that out. That right there in itself is amazing. Oh, I think I can see it. It's not really, there's a straightaway right here. You can actually see it. It's not the big oval, and it's not the smaller oval. It's right in between. You can see the right off the nose right now. This is the where they also use it as an airport. Now that is, again, that right there is amazing. Oh.
Local 333 contact Indianapolis Center on 120.475. Good day.
That's cool.
475 for Uncle Tree Tree Tree. Indianapolis Center, Uncle Tree Tree Tree, 5,000 feet.
Uncle 333 Indianapolis Center altimeter 29.35. Continue to Pody as planned.
Pody. We're continuing on to Pody. Oh, look at the rainbow. Check out the rainbow. Very cool.
Tango contact Indianapolis Center.
That is that right there though. That's cool.
71 November contact Indianapolis Center on
I'll go ahead and take a screenshot of that. I might post that on the Twitter space or even on community tab on my YouTube channel.
124.45 generic 5 Niner Tango.
All right. Just gonna get set up here for. I'm gonna reset that.
Going to 128.07571 November.
Let's see here. I'm gonna reset this view. There we go. All right, so now this is our full dash view, so we can really see what's going on. So everything is looking good. We're still at 5,000 feet. We're coming up in Pody in just under 10 minutes and 25 miles to go. I'm going to go ahead and come over here. I'm going to zoom out. That way you can actually now see. So you can see we're actually kind of going to go past the airport. Then we're going to do a 180 and shoot the RNAV runway 2 into Dayton. Into Dayton Wright Brothers Airport. Probably gonna get a step down at Pody. I would imagine we get a step down at Pody. Let's see what the old flight plan tell us anything. No, it really doesn't tell us jack squat, does it? There we are, Pody. All right, I got. Still got IMC. Still got IFR weather here. I'm glad we filed IFR. We went ahead and filed the IFR flight plan. So everything is looking good in the neighborhood.
Generic 49er to contact Indianapolis Center on 134.0. Good day.
About to duck into the clouds here again. Now we got our instrument view right there, so that's good. Just checking the views. Yeah, nice, huh? See what views we got outside. We got that. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool view. Looking back, looking forward. Oh, but it didn't put the pilot. Yes, that's a cool view. I like that view right there. All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in and get prepped for 20 miles. Let's go 10 miles. Let's go 15. I think 15 miles is a good range for that one. We got the flight plan up on the center screen. Everything's looking good. Check 24 inches of manifold pressure. Everything is rock solid. We are flying down here to Dayton Wright Brothers Airport in Ohio, a recreated flight that FlightChops just posted on your YouTube channel. You can go down in the description below and check out the link for that in real life flight that they just did, where they got into weather and then they decided to divert. So on their ways down to Claremont County, where Sporty's flight school is based at. All right, busting back out here, the clouds, a little bit of rain. So what we're going to be working on here is just whatever the bottoms of this weather's at. But we're going to be shooting the RNAV runway 2 here, the Vans RV-14, which is the same type of airplane that they just flew in the FlightChops video. So that right there in itself is amazing. All right, it's about 14 miles to go. Just about five miles till we get to Pody intersection. Here in the weather. Whoa, that's not good. That's not good. I'm not really sure what happens if lightning actually hits us. So. Yeah, but you're gonna get the exciting part, Char. Thumbs up because you are amazing. As the lightning here is getting a little close. Starting to see there on the left or the right display there. All the airports here as we're coming into the Springfield, Dayton, Ohio area. But we're going to stay out of the Dayton International Airspace. That's why we're flying the route that we're going to be doing here, staying to the east of Dayton itself, because Dayton Wright Brothers Airport is on the south side of Dayton, Ohio. So, all right, coming out of the weather here. Get another nice view. We're starting to get more of the metropolitan area here of the Dayton area. And basically our path is going to be, we're going to be coming down, and then we're basically going to be doing a 180 and shooting the RNAV back to the north on runway 02. So things will start to get busy here in a little bit. We'll probably start getting more calls for vectors for the RNAV. But we're going to go right over Springfield, Beckley Municipal Airport. Again, keeping us to the east of Dayton, Ohio, and Dayton International Airport's airspace. Everything's looking good so far on this flight. A little over 2 minutes and 7 miles here before we get to Pody. Pody. Just after Pody is the Springfield Beckley Municipal Airport. Remember, we got to check out that Bing photo there back at Erie, Ottawa International Airport. See what that crash is. Like I said, it looks like there's a crashed airplane off the side of the runway there. Alright, here we go. Back into the little bit of weather here. Back into IMC, instrument meteorological conditions. So far the flight has been pretty smooth except for just the weather. Yep. And through that little rain cloud and out the other side. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit, so that'll be good for the approach and everything. Ooh, excuse me.
Airbus November 6060 X-ray Indianapolis Center altimeter 29.35. Continue to LIMS as planned.
Looking to see if we got anything. Nope.
Uncle Tree, you are 27 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 2 approach via Zavam transition. Clear to Zavam.
Alright, so we are hit.
Airbus 60 X-ray contact Columbus approach on 125.5. Good day.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway to approach via Zavam transition. Clear to Zavam Uncle Tree.
125.5 Airbus 60.
Alright, we are heading to Zavam. Otto, our German co-pilot, doing just fine. Right below us here, right there in the rain, is the Springfield Beckley Airport. Again, we can divert there if we need to due to weather, but I think we're going to be okay. I don't think ATC is going to give us any type of weird instructions, but really hard to see the airport there in the rain. But there's an airport right there over the left wing. Kind of see the hangars there. Alright, I'm gonna come over here, take a look here. What range are we at? 15 miles? It's us. Good day.
Going to 118.85 Uncle Tree.
Switch it over. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the approach here. That way I have it as a reference over here. Let's call them up.
Columbus approach Uncle Tree, 5,000 feet.
Uncle Tree, Columbus approach altimeter 29.35. Continue to Zavam as planned.
Alright, we are continuing as planned.
Uncle Tree traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 3,500 feet, says the Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
Man, we're in IMC, man. We're not gonna be able to see them. 1,500 feet below us.
6,300 feet, descending 4,000 feet. Airbus November 9er 2385 Columbus approach altimeter 29.35. Continue to Charlie Victor Golf as planned.
I don't have the traffic, people. I don't have the traffic. Alright, I'm going to start slowing us down. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of mixture.
Cessna 459er traffic in sight. Cessna 14 uniform traffic in sight.
Now we got the sun. We're not going to be able to see nothing out here. Alright, slowing down here to about 100 and looks like about 115 knots. We don't have any flaps or anything in right now. Obviously you can see the gear is fixed. Just kind of slow down here. There's no reason to rush it. We don't want to get behind the airplane here. We want to continue to have a mental picture of what we want to happen. So we want to stay ahead of the airplane. So some thunder. Thunder rolls. Alright, so it looks like down around the initial approach fix, down around 3,100 is what we can expect. Final approach fix is Jinin at 2,600 feet. So we're gonna have a little bit of step downs here. Let's go ahead and take a look. What is this airport we're just about to fly over? India 19. Which is, don't know what airport that is, but there it is right there. Right off the nose in case we need it. But we've slowed down here. This is Greene County, Lewis Jackson Regional Airport. Very cool. Alright, looking good. We got ground speed now, still 112 knots. Like I said, we're just slowed down here. Still got 20 miles to go. So just kind of hanging out here. No reason to really get super fast here. Don't want that airplane getting ahead of us. Got radio we got to worry about. Flying the airplane. We got some IMC, some instrument meteorological conditions here. But out over there is Dayton, Ohio, and Dayton International Airport, so we're going to stay out of their airspace. That's what we're hearing on the ATC here. We're hearing a lot of that chatter from the heavies flying around. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's I programmed in this weather, so it really worked out well. Like I said, in the real life flight, you can see the link down the description below. They got in some really interesting weather, so. So pretty soon I would imagine a step down to 3100 and then another step down to 2600.
Generic Hotel Charlie, Mike Kilo Romeo Columbus departure altimeter 29.35. Continue as planned.
And 026. So I'm bringing up I'm over here looking at the approach plate for RNAV runway 2.
Cessna 459er contact Columbus approach on 118
So we get down here to Zavum intersection, then we're going to be making a right turn heading 296. So let's check, we're at 100 knots.
Columbus approach Airbus November 5805 Golf is passing
100 knots indicated right on the white line. That's good. We get just a little over 16
Columbus approach altimeter 29.
16 miles to go.
Continue to Charlie Victor Golf as planned. 118 decimal for 25 for Cessna 459.
Interstate down there.
Columbus approach Airbus November 9er 665 Quebec is passing 7,900 feet, descending 4,000 feet.
We'll shoot the approach probably with 1 notch of flaps and about 90 knots.
To Charlie Victor Golf as planned.
That's what we're going to aim for.
Generic 0.
Then once we'll see, then if we have a VFR for the approach, and if we do, ooh, some lightning out in front. And if we do, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and
Cessna 60 Alpha traffic.
cancel IFR. If not, we'll take IFR all the way to the ground.
Report them in
Ooh, got the yawns, people.
Cessna 2 Tree Tango contact Cincinnati approach on 121.0. Good day.
Boom.
Generic 0 Tree 9er have the traffic.
Whew.
Cessna 2 Tree Tango.
That was some lightning. Thunder bumper right here. Yep.
Have the generic in sight.
So we'll see how everything's doing here. Still got 100 knots. Looking good. You can now see over here, there is Kilo Mike Golf Yankee. That's where we're landing.
6734 November is type generic 1 miles northeast of Patterson, 1,400 feet. Request flight
Oh, Patterson.
generic November
This is right Patterson Air Force Base.
Columbus approach. Squawk 3105. Squawk 3105 generic tree for November. Generic tree for November radar contact 2 miles northeast of Patterson, 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29er decimal tree 5.
Alright, 11 miles to go before we get to Zavum, our next intersection. Like I said, there I would expect to get some handoffs and some step downs
9 o'clock 3 miles.
to altitudes.
300 feet Cessna Sky.
I would imagine 5,000 down to 3,100, then down to 2,600.
5 Quebec, you are 12 miles southwest of airport. Contact Wilmington Tower on 119er decimal for 75 when inbound on the approach. Generic tree for November traffic is 8 o'clock 4 miles at 1,700 feet. Report them in sight.
Let's see if there's any other humans out here tonight.
Generic tree for November contact Columbus approach on 118 decimal for 25.
Not that I see.
Generic 0 tree 9er contact Cincinnati.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
21 decimal 0. Good day.
Well, we're still on GPS. Just had a little
Tower on 119er
glitch in the system or something.
65 Quebec. 121 decimal 0 generic 0 tree 9er.
I'm not sure what just happened, so I'm going to go on to heading mode.
Local tree descend and maintain
There it is.
Generic Mike Kilo Romeo contact Indianapolis Center on 135.125. Good day.
Descend and maintain 3,100 feet Uncle Tree.
Going to 135.125 generic Mike Kilo Romeo.
Alright, descend down. We're in heading mode now. Go ahead and fly it by instruments here. Get some type of setting like right here. This looks good. In the descent, going down to 3,100. Make sure altimeter is set. Altimeter is set. I'm going to go ahead and go full rich. We are descending below 5,000 feet. Lights, everything is on. Yeah, not too much. Everything's looking pretty good. But we're going to fly this on instruments here. All right, 3,600 going to 3,100.
Columbus approach Airbus November 9er 665 Quebec is missed approach at airborne. Airbus 65 Quebec, you are 1 mile southwest. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway for left approach via Charlie Victor Golf transition. Cleared to Charlie Victor Golf. Cessna 09er 8 contact Columbus approach on 1 tree, 2 decimal tree.
All right, leveling off. We're coming up here at 3,100 feet. Add some power.
Columbus approach, generic November 9er, 137 Mike 7,400 feet. Generic November 9er, 137 Mike Columbus approach altimeter 29er decimal tree 5, continuous planned. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway for left approach via Charlie Victor Golf transition. Cleared to Charlie Victor Golf Airbus 65 Quebec.
All right, coming up on Zavum intersection here. Making the turn. All right, gonna come off the power a little bit. Slow down just a little bit more here.
Generic 05 uniform contact Columbus approach on 118 decimal 425.
All right, we're heading to Zovo here. Probably after Zovo, we're gonna get our nurse step down to 2,600 is what we would expect.
Going to 118 decimal for 25 generic 05 uniform.
That way then we can get ready, get set up here for the instrument approach.
Cincinnati approach on 1
As you can see, it's a little, whoa!
Airbus 05 Golf. You are
That was
2 miles
amazing.
airport. Contact Wilmington Tower on 119.
The airport is somewhere out in that soup out there at like 2 o'clock.
Quebec traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at 4,100 feet Airbus A28.
Alright.
Report them in sight.
Alright, I like our speed. I like our speed.
Columbus approach November 0862 Charlie IFR to Kilo Delta November Victor.
Things are getting busy. We got ATC we got to listen for.
November 0862 Charlie
We got to trust our instruments, but also just take a look outside at the cool graphics and scenery.
Departure frequency is 118.85 squawk 7651. Clearance point 30
Yeah,
from now.
just a neat little airplane. This Van's RV-14.
Columbus approach Cessna November 169er tree 4 is type Cessna Skyhawk 2 miles south of Kilo Mike Whiskey Oscar 1,100 feet. Request flight following. Cessna November 169er tree for Columbus approach. Squawk 0027. November 08.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hit that like button.
November Victor Airport is filed.
Hey, I haven't played this in a while, but yeah, you gotta hit that like button to activate the algorithm. Ah. Mm.
62 Charlie readback is correct. Good day.
Uncle Tree, Tree, Tree.
All right.
Squawk 0027 Cessna.
All right, we're just about to make the turn here to the north at Zovo.
3 miles east of Kilo Mike Whiskey Oscar 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29er decimal tree 5.
Once we come out of this turn here that we're about to make, here comes the turn.
Roger.
Here comes that turn. All right. I would imagine a step down here pretty soon. All right, one notch of flaps coming in. There we go. Speed's gonna come off. Let's bring in some power. $90 knots, what we want.
Generic tree 7 Mike contact Cincinnati approach on 121.0. Good day. For generic tree 7 Mike. Cessna tree 9er 5 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 1,100 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Cessna 9er tree 4 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 1,600 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
All right. I would imagine we've already been given a step down
Cessna tree 9er 5
to 2,600. I'm going to go ahead and step down. It might yell at me, but the approach is.
Cessna 9er tree 4 traffic in sight.
Come back off the power.
Cessna tree 9er 5 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at 3,000 feet.
Oh, we might go VFR here.
Cessna tree 9er 5 traffic in sight. Columbus approach Cessna November 25105, 6,100 feet.
Oh, I got the airport. Yep, I see the airport out there. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel IFR. I can't cancel IFR. Oh, getting slow. We're leveling off at 2600. Bring the power back.
Cessna Tree Niner 5 traffic alert. 2 o'clock less than 1 mile, 2,600 feet. Report them in sight.
Getting a little slow there. Getting a little slow.
Cessna Tree Niner 5 have the traffic.
All right, we just intercepted the glide path.
12 o'clock 4 miles at 2,000.
Gonna come off the power now.
Report them in sight. Generic 5 Niner 4 have the
I still don't have the runway. Looking for 90 knots. 1 notch of flaps already. I'm gonna go
Columbus departure November
full on the pitch.
2 Charlie is passing 1,300 feet, climbing 6,000.
I'm going to turn the wig off.
Number 0862 Charlie Columbus departure altimeter 29.35. Continue as planned.
There it is. Yep. All right. Airport's in sight. Can I cancel? All right. So it doesn't let me cancel IFR. It lets me switch over to Unicom, but I'm not going to do that because there's just, you know, nothing out there. So we're going to go ahead. So shooting the approach here. Touchdown is about 950 feet. We're right on speed here, 90 knots. Got a little slow there. That was error on my part. Everything is looking good here. I'm going to come off. All right, let's go ahead and
Columbus approach Cessna
autopilot is off.
758
My airplane.
Cessna November 07575 Columbus approach altimeter 29.35. Continue as planned.
All right, runway is in sight. I got 2 white, 2 red. Look at the weather in the area.
Cessna 51 Juliet traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at 6,800 feet. Piper Warrior.
All right, looking good, looking good. Like the approach, we're on a stable approach.
Columbus approach generic November 828406,000 400 feet. Generic November 82.
All right, landing flaps coming in.
Altimeter 29.35. Continue as planned.
All right, transition to VREF.
51 Juliet contact Cincinnati approach on 121.0.
We're going from DMMS to VREF.
Columbus approach Piper November 8 Niner 5 Niner Lima 6,800 feet.
All right.
Piper November 8 Niner 5
The tail drag. It's a fast tail dragger, so I'm just gonna
35. Continue
shallow approach here. Flight idle.
121.0 for Cessna.
Lead the speed off for this tail dragger. Just lead that speed off. Lead that speed off. Oh yes. Oh. We're gonna let it run out. Go ahead, bring up the flaps. Stick her down to the ground. Welcome to Dayton Wright Brothers Airport. We recreated a flight done by FlightChops YouTube channel. You can see the actual flight and their video linked in the description below. Let's go ahead and turn off here.
Cessna 105 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at 6,700 feet. Piper Warrior.
Like I said, they were trying to get down to Claremont County where Sporties is at.
Piper 59er Lima traffic is 1 o'clock.
But that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to do a recreated flight here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. Parking brakes come on, and there we go. So yeah, let's go ahead and come over here and chat for a bit before I call it a night. So yeah, thank you for joining me here on this Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 live stream as we recreated a flight done by FlightChops. Again, down in the description you can watch the actual flight. It's very interesting because it's also about a new controller that's coming out for flight sims, the Yaman Aero, and so that is why actually they flew their RV-14 down in real life down to Sporties in Claremont County. But they had to divert here as what we just did, divert to Dayton Wright Brothers Airport and in the Daytona, Ohio area. So yeah, that's my little live stream here. And so yeah, everything is was a nice flight. I like the weather. It was kind of borderline iffy. Landing was amazing. If I do say it was amazing. So with that, yeah, click that like button if you do. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment, share. Come join me in chat in a future live stream. And with that, I'll say game on because I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle. I am Uncle Mike. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great Saturday. Have a great Sunday. And a great next week. Bye, everybody. Oh yeah, that was an amazing flight. Char, Matt, thank you for joining me. Any lurkers out there, thank you for joining me on this fun little recreated flight. See you next time.